What are you, one of the ghosts who haunt the Scooby-Doo cartoon or something? What was that?
I don't know. It just came out of me.
You remember the one I'm talking about?
No.
There's the strawberry, the chocolate, and the vanilla ghosts in Scooby-Doo. They're haunting this like ice cream facility or something like that. They would walk around.
Well, all their ghosts sounded like that. Hanna-Barbera cartoons.
This one guy, that's Bob. That's Bob's ghosts. Is how Bob sounds when he does goes.
They all sound like Peter Griffin taking a dump. Hey, Lois.
And the pop in the background noise right when you did that was perfect.
Oh, buddy, I've got a sound effect I need to pull.
Oh, no.
No, it's bad.
Oh, before we get into that, welcome to the Ales and Tales podcast. You have no idea what you're getting into if you've not heard us before. If you have, you know exactly what you're getting into. We're going to bring you some different views on a beer and let you know what we think. So you can either go, yeah, I want to try that, or no, I'm going to stay away from it. It's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, everywhere pretty much. You can go to our website, thealesandtalespodcast.com, to find all listening and watching sites. You can find us on Patreon for all the I feel like giving money to somebody stuff.
Yeah. If anybody wants to advertise, we have availability.
Yes.
At some sort of a price. We just don't know what it is yet. Hey, make an offer.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are growing. Our listenership is growing quite a bit. I'm thrilled with that. It's been awesome. We get a lot of people getting a chance to hear about beers they may not be able to hear about, or get a chance to hear about beers you want to try.
We used to have 5. Now we have 6 listeners.
Stop.
Wow.
He's lying. It's 4. No,
It's 7.
No, we've got a bunch. It's grown quite a bit. But it's one of the weirdest things for me is going into a place like where I often go to get my beer and see all this overwhelming inventory of different cans and bottles and crazy labels and mellow labels and, simplicity and complexity, and go, I want to try that. Right. So something like what we do helps give people an opportunity of going, oh, that sounds like flavor profiles or scent profiles, or that would be a pairing I'd like to try. It's kind of nice to be able to go, I want to try that, and then know what you're going for.
Right. That's what the show's for.
Yeah. In the watch world, we call it like a wrist check. You don't go buy a stupid, $5,000 watch.
I cannot believe someone would want to wear a watch that it costs that much.
Dude, there are watches that are millions of dollars, which is
stupid.
Right. Well, that's when you have stupid money, you go do that.
But is any?
But they also
can you really tell? I guess around certain people can.
Well, it depends on what their interests are.
Yeah.
But my whole point being, you don't spend money on something you don't know if you haven't had a chance to try it on your wrist or something like that. It's the same thing. We're trying to give people the chance to explore and experience these things without having to buy a 6-pack of stuff where you go after the first sip and go, well, we got 5 more. What do we do?
Yeah.
Like the strawberry goza.
Yeah. I'm telling you, dude, I came to like that beer.
Really?
I did. I didn't at first. It was bile like.
Yeah.
Go back to earlier episodes. It was.
We made a whole series of clips about it, and even tried it with the pairing of a cheesecake.
Yeah, it was rough at first, but it was great with cheesecake, man. I loved it.
Courtney's still like, no, it still tastes like bile.
No.
Yeah.
You didn't get a chance to try that one.
No.
So this is going to be an interesting one. You'll notice there are no cans out on the table because I struggled internally with buying this one for the exact reason I just discussed. You look at it and you go, yeah, no. Well, no. Yeah, I don't know. So that was what happened with this one, because the flavor combination, last episode we were talking about weird flavor combinations.
Yeah.
This is going to be one of those. So I want to surprise my co-hosts here and beer buddies with what it is and see their reaction. By the way, my name is Mike Mercurio. I'm your host with my co-host and beer buddies, Carly Duggan to my left.
Yeah.
Jim McCarthy behind the buttons.
Carly with Creative Carly.
Oh, yeah.
What's the website?
CreativeCarlyDuggan.com.
There you go.
And Jim.
It's yourshow.co.
There you go.
If you need a podcast like this one, we can make it.
or ones that are much better than this one, because this was, I brought him after the fact, and he does a heck of a job on it. But yeah, you'll see.
We better fight it. So
you better fight it.
Yes,
I like it. Can you mention some of the other ones you do? Can you mention
We do the Try That in a Small Town podcast, the mostly Middle Tennessee business podcast, which is mine, the Rich Redmond Show, the 615 podcast with Nick Woodard, the Blue Lift podcast. If you kind of lean on the left side of things in politics, go listen to that one. And others that come to mind, the Lindsay Stafford Show. And you want me to keep going?
Oh, that's good. That's good. I know that the Try That in a Small Town is huge and very
big
great.
One.
Very, very cool podcast. All right. So.
All right. Okay.
I just wanted a drum roll. I'm not going to do anything yet. So anyway, go ahead and give us a beer quote first, Carly.
Okay. All right, we got some options here. What did the bartender say after Charles Dickens ordered a beer? Please, sir, I want some more.
I love the way she laughs at herself. She's very satisfied.
Yes.
Please, sir, may we have some more?
I thought that was Oliver.
That was good.
Little Tim, or Tiny Tim. Yeah,
Yeah.
Little Tim.
God bless us, everyone.
Yeah. Please, sir, may we have some more? And there was I joke with Dan at the office all the time. I call him Ebenezer, because our office is on Music Row in Nashville, Tennessee, and it's this huge old house, and it's just got that natural cold chill in it. Like we have the heat on, and he's in his room. He's like, "It's so hot, I'm sweating." And Tammy is out at the main room, and I'm in my office, and I'm like, "God, it's cold in here," because just old houses are not. It's not evenly distributed because air got put in after the fact.
Right.
I'll just walk into his office and go, "Please, sir, can we put another lump of coal?" He's like, "I'm burning up," and I'm like, "Well, then let's switch offices." It's ridiculous. Yeah,
That's funny.
We joke around with it because if I turn it up, I know he's going to be sweating and losing his mind, and I'm going to be finally okay. Okay, so we're going to be reviewing today a Southern Grist beer. It was not my intention to do 2 tastings in a row that were Southern Grist because I did not realize that the last one, Koji, was made for another company by Southern Grist. But that's okay because Southern Grist has a lot of different stuff out there, so I thought it was kind of interesting. Nice. So Southern Grist, real quick, they are here in Nashville, Tennessee. Their story, Kevin Antoon, Jamie Lee, and Jared Welch met in the corporate world. Their weekends spent homebrewing quickly evolved when they shed their business attire and decided to go all in, opening a 430 square foot brewery in East Nashville. I kind of burp in there somewhere. With a modest seating area. The doors opened in February of 2016, staffed by the 3 founders and their wives. Year 1 was a roller coaster as we dialed in the brewing systems, built out a new tap room, and simply tried to keep up with the growing demand. That's a good sign in year 1 if you got that much demand. Within a year, we started looking for a larger space to brew and serve our beer. On our 2-year anniversary, we opened our second tap room and 9,900 square foot production space in the nation's neighborhood. So it's not bad. We went from 430 square feet to 9,900 square feet. Allowing for a massive production increase in just 2 years. They have over 50 employees on their team and over 1,100 unique beers in their portfolio.
Wow.
And they do some unique beers, I will say that. I mentioned was it last episode or the one before, the Chesapeake Crisp, which uses crushed oyster shells.
Yeah.
So they've got some interesting stuff. Great place to try out if you get to come to Nashville and whatnot. So yeah. That's the brewery we're trying, but I have yet to describe or bring out the beer.
No, it's your call. How do you want to do this?
Without further ado.
Okay, split screen. It's supposed to be mind-numbing.
Oh.
So.
I don't know what it is.
Southern Grist Marbits Marshmallow IPA.
Interesting.
I saw it and went, oh, God, that's going to be horrible. Wait, that might be great.
Oh, New England style IPA brewed with lactose, Galaxy, Taikeke, Centennial, and cereal marshmallows.
Taikeke?
Cereal, like breakfast cereal? Or SERIAL?
CEREAL.
Really?
Cereal.
All right.
New England style IPA brewed with lactose, Galaxy, Tahiti, Centennial,
Marbits.
Rainbow.
cereal marshmallows.
So kind of like Lucky Charms marshmallows?
I would guess. That way they don't actually name the. If you think of any cereal that has marshmallows, that's going to be the one that pops up. I mean, obviously. So.
You ever have Fruit Loops with marshmallows?
No.
Oh, my goodness.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
They come that way, or do you just throw marshmallows
No,
in
you
your-
can buy them that way.
I don't eat cereal.
Yeah. I rarely eat it, but it's a treat.
It seems like the most unhealthy. It's like eating donuts for breakfast. It's like just sugar on sugar, covered, sugar-filled sugar with
Sugar frosting.
yeah. And then you can add some milk to make it healthy. I love the difference. If you look at the box and here's its nutritional value without sugar. Here's its nutritional value or without milk, and here's with milk.
Yeah.
And all the nutritional values in the milk.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like, damn, guys. Yeah, let's keep doing that. All right. So, you want to describe the can for everybody?
Sure. So we've got a rainbow label starting with purple, going all the way to orange. In the middle is a drawing of a kind of like a captain hat, or it reminds me of Captain Crunch, like the hat he would wear with a little X, and there's little 4-leaf clovers decorated around, and it says Marbits in gold, and
It's a cool can. It definitely got attention. As soon as I walked by, I went, whoa. But yeah, it's got metallic 4-leaf clovers all around it. I like the like you said, it looks like it's like an old school like pirate captain's hat or something like that, or like Napoleon Bonaparte's hat with I guess it's supposed to be like a marshmallow 4-leaf clover or something like that. So
See, I'm seeing like an actual marshmallow that you'd see in a Lucky Charms.
yeah,
Like
it
it's
is
a
a
ghost-
marshmallow. It's meant to be a marshmallow.
But with a pattern on the inside.
Yeah.
Like you're talking about the eggs.
Yeah, you had to figure out a way to describe that. I don't know what that is. Yeah, so it's an odd shape. Maybe it's a melting marshmallow rectangle or something. So yeah, this is scary. I don't know. You want to crack that one open?
Sure.
Go for the asthma.
oh yeah, gotta get it.
The only one with nails can do that. Hey, got her.
Did you get spritzed?
Yeah,
I might have got some on the mic too.
it went everywhere.
It's okay.
Mike, we need a Mike condom.
Mike's Toy Store.
That's where you can get it.
Carly got blasted by that, man. That thing exploded.
What kind of scents are you picking up already?
Whoa. I mean, definitely like sweetness, sugar.
Sweetness and sugar.
Sweetness and sugar.
It's different. It smells like unlike any other beer I've ever smelled.
All right, yeah, I'm worried about this one. This one kind of scares me a little. Thank you.
Yeah, you definitely get that lactose.
It smells
weird.
like cereal. It smells like breakfast cereal.
That's the dangerous thing about these beers
And
is that they've
chocolate.
gotten really
chocolate.
good.
Yes.
Really good at injecting these flavors.
Could I see the other can real quick?
Yeah.
I just want to get a photo.
Why chocolate?
I got chocolate too.
Yeah.
That makes no sense. There you go. Man, yeah, it smells like artificial like cocoa flavoring.
Like
Yes.
not Lucky Charms, but
Cocoa Krispies
Cocoa Krispies or Count Chocula.
or Flintstones chocolate, whatever those were, and then there was the other ones. Man, that's weird. And you do get the lactose smell from it too.
Mm-hmm.
And it smells like cereal. That is okay. That is flippin' strange.
But again, going back to the mixtape, is it any surprise that they're able to do this? Oh man, definitely smell the marshmallow. I definitely pick up hints of chocolate for sure.
You sniffing the beer sounded like my dog whenever I close him out of the room. Like you can, I can see a shadow of his nose. He's just trying to suck all the air out of the room he's not in, try to get it all.
You love it when a
injected.
dog comes up to you and is like, completely.
Porterhouse does it to me all the time. He'll like give me a hug. I tell him I've trained him to give me a hug. He's like, give me a hug. And he'll put his arms up. And I'm like, God! It just sneezes all up in my face. Oh, okay. I'm scared to try this.
All right, are we ready?
Let's do it.
All right.
Nope.
It's not bad.
It's not.
It definitely is like that. Yeah, like milky cereal, like marshmallow, like watered down, like marshmallow milky water.
It's got my right leg shaking. I'm just like, I'm trying to fight. I don't know.
I feel like it might give me a headache.
Yay, Southern grist. Nice try. Now we're all going to have a headache later on.
They do some weird stuff, and a lot of times it turns out well. I'm going to tell you right now, initially,
It reminds me of Easter.
this
Yes.
one's not for me.
This would be a good Easter beer.
It does have an
Like when
Easter.
you're eating some chocolate and
Right.
some Peeps, and you're like, oh,
It's like Russell Stover chocolate kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
Easter bunny.
It has that. You're exactly right. Or like those malted milk ball chocolate covered eggs with the candy shell.
robin eggs.
Yeah. Rabbit eggs.
Yep.
I love those.
Definitely not Peeps.
I love Peeps.
Do you?
You seen all the crazy flavors up there, like Dr. Pepper flavored and root
Yeah,
beer
or
now.
spicy, or
I thought Peeps were kind of like candy corn. The best way to eat candy corn is just to throw it right in the trash.
no.
I love candy corn.
Do you?
Yeah.
I like candy corn too.
Peeps are fun. So my aunt taught me about peep jousting. You ever peep jousted?
No.
Okay, so you take two peeps, yours and then your opponent's, and you stick toothpicks in them facing each other, and then you put them on a plate and you stick it in the microwave because the marshmallow goes and explodes, and inevitably they start poking each other and one falls over. That's the loser. It's like peep jousting.
I thought you were like, I'm going to put the toothpick in mine and you put the toothpick in yours. We're going to jab at each other.
That's what I thought too.
You know, it's like Peeps are like, you know, if you're a Jeep person, which you've had a Jeep,
Yep.
Mike, do you get ducked?
I have, and I still have no idea what the heck it is all about.
It's kind of annoying.
Do you keep your ducks, or do you
Well, you
throw
feel
it in the
In a, row,
trash?
in a row.
You know.
I keep my ducks in a row. No, I don't throw them away. I had them, I've received I guess 6 ducks.
Mm-hmm.
And the first time it happened, I was like, what the hell? I came to my Jeep and there's a duck sitting on my hood. And I'm like,
I'm going to change
kind
you
of-
over to Peeps. Let it melt in the sun.
It's sticky all over you.
it's just a pool.
I've been peeped.
Oh, God. That's horrible.
They put them on their dashboard. It's just melted.
That'll only happen if Elon Musk buys Jeep or something like that.
Right.
Everybody will start peeping people's Jeeps. Our Jeep's been peeped.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Because they kind of look like the ducks, the little rubber ducks.
Yeah, they do. But yeah, I think I've taken them all away except for one, which is the same blue as my Jeep, and I just kept it there because otherwise it started getting a little weird. And I'm dressed in a shirt and tie, driving to something every once in a while in my Jeep, and I've got like toy ducks all across
Yeah.
my dash,
it's-
and I was like, all right, this is.
Sometimes I see Jeeps and there's like 20 ducks on
Dude.
the dash.
Oh, dude, it's utterly
I
ridiculous.
saw one where they had like double-sided taped them all the way
Yeah.
around the windshield on the inside, so it was like like the old Mexican headliners or whatever you'd
Like-
see.
The Jeep Wave, okay, I'll do that. The 2 fingers up on the steering wheel, that's cool. But it's like, this is just cheesy, man. And it's thankful for those who manufacture ducks because Jeep is keeping them in business.
That's who
Yeah.
started it. Like somebody who is like selling the rubber ducky
Right.
business. They're like, all right, folks, how can we make our rubber duckies actually sell more?
Dude, it's like
It was a
even
brilliant idea.
it's like Mule Day in Colombia, which is this weekend.
oh yeah.
Come up with a bunch of stuffed mules or whatever, and there you go. You got yourself a business. We thought we were talking about Mule Day and how that's akin to Colombia. We were thinking, what could we do similar to that in Spring Hill? And we actually came up with a good idea. Saturn Day.
Is that where you drive in a bunch of old wrecked Saturns?
Yeah. Bring them back and have a big parade of Saturns because that's how Spring Hill was kind of found.
Yeah. I mean, that is true. Yeah. Saturn Parkway is after Saturn cars.
Saturns were great cars, man.
They were Tupperware on wheels.
Hey, but you know what? They came up with the whole design of it was a good vehicle. It was reasonably priced, and it had just one price, no negotiations, nothing. and it worked until
GM bought it.
It was a GM product before that.
I thought it was an individual car company before GM.
They made it seem that way, but it was a GM product.
So it really was just a Chevy Cavalier,
essentially,
pretty much all the way.
But I think it it birthed a bunch of other, knockoff brands that they wanted to put throughout their portfolio.
Daewoo.
Was Daewoo GM?
And they bought it. If it wasn't originally, it was afterwards, and it was horrible.
Daewoo was a bad brand.
There's a quiz on all this later, Carly.
But Saturn was a great car, rock solid.
Yeah,
came up with the whole non-negotiating, no haggling price approach, and it worked until they, like every other company, we got to keep up with our demographic, and we got to make SUVs, and we got to make sports. It's like, no, you're doing. It's called line extension.
Their 6-cylinder SUV had a Honda 6-cylinder in it.
Really?
Yeah, it was actually a bulletproof car, but everything else was starting to fall apart.
Yeah.
Anyway, fun, pointless
What do you think
car.
of Teslas, by the way?
Yeah.
The interiors of them, because you and I took that test drive that time.
Yep.
The performance and the acceleration's off the flipping charts. You ever drive a Tesla, Carly?
No, I've been in one.
You've been in one?
Never driven.
Oh,
Did
go
they-
take
did
a test
they-
drive.
Ooh, I have a funny story.
for
So
it.
when I was in New Orleans, we had an Uber driver that was driving a Tesla, and we were driving, trying to go to Bourbon Street. And when you look at the screen of the Tesla, it shows other cars coming and going. It shows bikers, people crossing the street. Well, we were in New Orleans, right? And all of a sudden, we see on the screen like a person crossing the street, and there was no person there. It was a ghost.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
They say you can bring them in cemeteries and see that kind of stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah. It picks up on the dead.
Well, now I kind of like them more. That's kind of neat. I
It
wanna
is
go-
kinda
I wanna
right.
Rent one and just drive around to some cemeteries and be like, what do we see?
They're not very expensive now. You get a Model Y for $25,000.
Yeah, they're actually very reasonable.
Yeah.
But truthfully, I would say that this is much along the lines of like the plasma screen TVs, like when they first came out. A plasma screen TV, flat screen TV was like $7,000 back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And then it got more reasonable over time as the initial purchases made the profit, paid back the initial debt of the company to where it could be no longer trying to back pay.
Right.
It makes total sense. At a $25,000 to $30,000 price range for a car that you really can't drive out of the city because you got to find charging stations, makes total sense to me.
If you're going to have a commuter, great car.
I agree. If you're going
Great
to be a
car.
local vehicle,
Yeah.
if you're going to have more than one vehicle, a long distance vehicle and that,
Yeah.
I think it's fine. But, and I have a friend that has a Tesla and he argues with me all the time about that. He was like, it's not a big deal. It even tells you where the next charging station is and it tells you how long it's going to take. Here's your 30-minute break while it's charging. And I'm like,
But will
dude,
they tell you?
I'm filling my car up and I'm back on the road in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So
Will they tell you if the charger has been foamed? That's the new thing. Have you seen that?
no, I've heard
So
it.
they're vandalizing chargers now at the time of this recording with expanding spray foam. Yeah. So you can't get the charger out.
I truly believe that everything is just an excuse for people to,
Act badly.
that's it, just to get away with some BS that they want to do. It's what is it? Your inner voice or whatever else. It's like to allow
Your
people's,
id?
allow people's inner voice to just get a chance to play.
Yeah.
I think it's what it is. It's really unfortunate. It makes no sense when, to get political because that's a dumb idea. When an entire side of the politics was to make our country more green and to fight pollution and everything else and to push this type of vehicle where there's quote unquote no pollution, even though it's not true from battery manufacturing and whatnot.
Right.
And then as soon as the politics changes because of one guy finding corruption, immediately start attacking those things that you were for before.
Yep.
It's like, come on. It's so see-through.
Are we that surprised?
It's so transparent and see-through and unfortunate.
Well, here's my views on abortion.
Stop yourself. No, I don't mind the car. I don't mind the car company. I'm fine with both of them. It's just not for me. Growing up the way I did with muscle cars and building cars, and it's just not for me.
Well, Mercedes is going back towards the hybrid, plug-in hybrid model, like what I drive, the Jeep 4xe. And they have the GLE 450e, which is a plug-in hybrid. And I would imagine a 4-cylinder turbo, that car will get probably, if you're driving locally, keeping it charged every night, you'll probably get 600, 700, 800 miles out of a tank of gas easily.
I was amazed at the C250 we had the little turbo 4-cylinders, like this little, the engine was
Great,
like the
it's
size
a
of glass.
gasolizer.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And got like 32, 35 miles per
crazy.
gallon. I could make it from here to Charlotte on one tank of gas.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? And it was fast.
It's fast. It's a great little car.
Until the turbo
packs a
went
lot
out
of punch.
and they wanted the cost of the problem with Mercedes is, to replace the turbo is like the cost of a whole nother vehicle.
Oh, dude, I got quoted on Courtney's front dog bones axles for the 4-wheel drive because apparently, they need to be changed. I'm like,
Wishbone.
it's a 5-year-old car. Really?
Yeah.
We barely use that aspect of it, but he's like, well, okay, give me a quote. It's going to be about $8,000. Yeah, no. I look them up on Amazon. Each dog bone or wishbone is maybe a combined total of $400. You mean to tell me the rest of your $7,500 is going into freaking labor? Oh, I know that, but
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, well. So when you were in the Tesla, did they do the whole, so you've only been in Tesla as an Uber?
Yeah.
Okay, so you haven't had a chance to do the acceleration thing. That is the one thing that I say I love about it.
Yeah.
It is mind-meltingly fast,
Yeah.
which makes me mad because, the whole gas engine people has always been like the 0 to 60.
And it's instantaneous.
And then that thing is just like,
Yeah.
and
You
you're
just
like-
get on it and it's,
Yeah.
you and I were driving it, dude. Remember we were driving 35 miles an hour and like, let's see, all of a sudden, literally 2 or 3 seconds later, we were doing 70.
zip,
Oh my gosh. It was so
It's very cool. You can go, so it's funny. Porsche, the 2.8 second Turbo S, which is trying to get up there with Tesla, is pretty close.
Yeah.
You can go so fast 0 to 60 that you lose your vision because it squeezes all the fluid in your eyes. So your vision goes.
Is it like being launched off of an aircraft carrier?
It squeezes the fluids in your eyeballs because it's so fast. It's cool. Okay.
I'm enjoying this to the point where I have no more.
Yeah.
Is it growing on you, Mike?
No.
Really?
No, I'm enjoying it only because I hadn't been thinking about it. We've been talking about so many other things that I've not been thinking about it while drinking it. And then I just took that sip and I'm like, frick.
The cereal aspect of it kind of diminishes.
It tastes so artificial. Like 75% of the flavor I get from this, I think it's the cereal and whatnot and the sugars and whatever it happens to be, but it tastes like chemical. Not a fan.
I can pick up on that. Yeah.
Just tastes like artificial cocoa powder or something like that. That's weird. It's a weird combination to me.
Yeah.
Kylie?
I mean, it's a kind of like a love-hate. I'll get that kind of artificial, weird flavor, but then like it's an IPA and it's like different and it's Southern Grist. I love Southern Grist. So yeah, I don't know. I keep drinking it. I don't hate it. I don't know if I want to drink a whole one or drink a 4-pack or whatever, but I think paired, just something different to try and expand your palate. And it's just fun. I don't know.
So what would you pair this with?
I don't think I could. I think I would drink it in a flight and not eat any food with it.
Maybe pour it over your cereal.
I don't know if you, I mean, I could see a pairing with ice cream or something like that. No?
Not me.
You've already made up your mind. You're not a fan.
I pair it with the sink drain.
No.
Wow.
I'm sitting here. I've been sitting here trying to figure out what to pair it with. I got nothing.
Really?
Nothing. It doesn't make sense.
Key lime pie.
No, because then it's going to make the key lime pie taste artificial.
I have key lime pie in the refrigerator.
All right, in that case, we can give it a shot. Yeah. I do like key lime pie. I'm just saying. No, I mean,
you know what? Maybe like vanilla wafers.
Plain as good
biscotti?
old boring.
Yeah, like
vanilla
yeah.
wafers.
Biscoff cookies.
Or like they're like vanilla. They're like super crunchy, long, thin rectangles with like a little vanilla. Like there's strawberry chocolate, and then there's like vanilla.
Oh, you're talking about the wafer cookies?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, not like actual vanilla, the circle ones, but
Vanilla wafers, not those.
not vanilla wafers.
That you'd find in banana pudding.
The way you buy it in the rectangular pack that's like this big.
plastic.
Like
straight.
Biscoff.
No.
No?
Well, similar to Biscoff, but not.
Okay.
The wafer cookies, like Nutty Buddies or whatever. It's like the crisscrossed wafer. And and then it's got like layer
Right.
cream and the wafer.
Right. Yeah.
cream, and
Yeah.
Those
Gotcha.
cream wafer cookies.
It's got a
I can
sandwich
see that.
cookie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this would make that taste like artificial too, but which is funny because that's all artificial. I can't. I'm trying. Like I'm like running the gamut in my mind. Like salad, no. Pizza, no. Pork, no.
I feel like it has to be something sweet. Like I don't normally drink beer with sweet foods, but it's just such a different flavor.
Pumpkin pie. Because you got the graham cracker crust and
I don't like pumpkin pie.
that's just un-American.
Guess so. Actually, I
commie.
didn't eat Thanksgiving this year because I was in Jamaica.
Even
She
more
dislikes
un-American.
it so much she left the country during the time. It's like I can't stand no.
I don't know. I missed it. I love like potatoes.
I will go
say-
to the pumpkin pie for the Rastafari man. I
Oh, wait, maybe like a ham sandwich.
I was going to say actually turkey
Yeah.
because you can have sweet potatoes with the marshmallows on top and it goes with turkey very well. Nice turkey Thanksgiving dinner.
I can't picture it. I'm trying, dude. Like the only thing that I can think of is maybe boring ass dry graham crackers.
Like stale? Stale
Is it just the crumbs at the bottom of the bag?
Is it store brand graham crackers?
Pretty much.
Right.
So depressing.
I know.
It sounds so depressing.
I want something to soak up whatever it is going on.
Okay, well, what if you drank this without knowing that it was the marshmallow? Like, is that just knowing that it's a marshmallow? Is that throwing you off, or it's like the flavor?
The flavor itself is throwing me
But the
off.
thing is, you had a bias going into it knowing it was marshmallow.
Yeah.
Which I like. I like marshmallows. I don't mind it. I don't even mind cereal. It's just I don't eat it because I don't think it's really healthy.
But you can't imagine that a beer would taste like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich either.
But it tastes good and not artificial.
Right. That's true.
Well, think about like the jelly, the peanut butter jelly, Knoxville, Zool. Was that artificial?
I didn't taste it. It tasted well
It
done.
tasted like a peanut butter jelly sandwich.
Yeah.
And it's funny to keep up on their Instagram. They announce when they have batches of that stuff
And like a
here
limit
for a
how much you
limited
can-
time.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's like a line out the door.
hmm
So if you go get like generic vanilla frosted cookies, like just the circular with the little vanilla, that's what this tastes like, but chemically to me.
Okay.
I'm struggling. All beers are not going to be great for all people. And I know that every once in a while I'm going to find one that I don't like. This just happens to be the one. It is no reflection on the brewery because again, I've had other beers that's the Chesapeake Crisp I love, and that one's probably weirds a lot of people out.
Oyster shells is weird. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's delicious. I don't know if it's the fact that they use actual cereal marshmallows and the way it breaks down or whatever
Well,
else
the
affects
cereal-
it, or if it's the lactose.
To be fair, the cereal marshmallow is a chemical concoction.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
those marshmallows that they have are almost like, astronaut food.
yeah. And we've had
consistency.
other lactose IPAs. I think one of the ones from Adroit Theory was a lactose IPA, and it was fantastic.
We need to get some more of that. They were so good.
They ship, and I got a 4-pack of some of their different stuff. I got a sour and an amber ale, and they were all good.
Yeah.
One of the cans did not survive shipping so well.
Oh.
It was all mangled, and it looks like it had popped, but it still was okay.
Yeah. Any of the breweries that want to send us stuff, please feel free. We should send up an address. Or
I'll have to
something.
post a picture of the beer on Insta. But yeah, they do ship, and I'm curious. I want to try some of their weird sours. Those like
I
weird.
know. They do such good social media posts. I'm always intrigued.
They're on point. Okay, so you paired it with a few things that I questioned. You paired it with a few. I don't know.
Thanksgiving dinner.
When would you drink this? Because you two
Thanksgiving.
don't mind it. Thanksgiving.
No, it was okay. I mean, Thanksgiving, I could see this or like one of the pumpkin beers we had in the past. Could be a good, it's definitely not, maybe even okay. We'll do kielbasa for Easter morning. It's a tradition with Russian eggs.
Russian eggs?
Russian eggs. You know what a Russian egg is?
No.
So hard-boiled egg. So when we color the eggs, we would, unpeel them and stuff like that, cut them open, take out the yolk, put some vinegar in it, put the yolk back and down the hatch. It's a Russian egg.
Huh.
It's really good.
Okay.
Vinegar and the egg yolk and the white. It's good.
Interesting.
And then we have that with kielbasa. I could see this pairing with kielbasa because you're eating that stuff anyway. Chocolate and marshmallow and stuff like that. So to me, it goes together.
Time-wise, I can see this pairing with Easter.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Again, because it has the frosting-y candy flavors and everything. I get that.
But the saltiness of kielbasa with the mustard, I could see this going very well with. It would offset each other.
Carly, anything else you can think of?
I really like the stale graham cracker crumbs image. Just I could picture you so sad, just going through your bag.
Graham cracker dust.
Just take a sip of this and then take the bag and it's all.
How was that again? We need to get a still shot of you doing that. With a different camera angle, do that again.
That's a one-time
Come
deal.
on, do it.
Mike'sToys.com.
No, that's when Mike is the toy. That doesn't work.
Oh, that's actually funny. Quick story. We Try That podcast. One of the two guys, his name is Kalo, and he's one of the hosts of the show, and he's hilarious. He'll come out with like these zingers and right hooks that just make your gut laugh. He's just very funny that way. Being a songwriter, I guess you got to have that kind of observation on things. So when we were in Paso Robles with them, Courtney and I were telling them about the story of the time that she and I went to the grand opening of a brothel when we lived in Vegas, but they had forgotten about the aspect of when we lived in Vegas. So amongst them, not knowing us very well, they were thinking, man, they're quite an adventurous couple. They really know how to keep the spark alive, especially after all this time. and apparently they thought it was like a week ago when we had done this. I'm going, no. So I found out. So he actually came out. He finds himself very interested in these types of conversations. Apparently they were taking an Uber somewhere and the driver, they were talking about swingers. And the driver of the Uber must have been listening. And I guess when there was a lull in conversation, he said, well, I'm very familiar with that lifestyle, and began talking with him. But apparently the guy looked like a pastor. So they thought they were like offending him. Meanwhile, the entire time, the guy's probably thinking, wait till I hit them with this. Apparently he was known as the toy in that situation. Once upon a time in his life. That's a thing.
I don't know what exactly
I'm
that
confused,
thing is.
but I don't know if I want to ask a follow-up question.
Well, Kalo, being so inquisitive naturally, I guess beeline to the front of the van and started like so what does that mean?
Yeah.
I was asking him all the questions.
Huh.
And he got a educational experience.
I worked with a guy. We used to call him Houdini. I was part of the management team and back when I was in Florida. And he was there, and then you'd turn around and he was just gone. And you're like, and he would be vanished for like 2 or 3 hours. And we would just called him Houdini. He was just one of the salespeople. And we were like, where'd Houdini go? I don't know. Did you see him leave? No, he just vanished. And this happened like 1 or 2 times a week. And finally,
he's looking for an alibi.
Finally, one day I was like, hey, Houdini, come here. Like, where are you going? Because you're supposed to be here. And he's like,
it's going home for a nooner.
He was part of a swingers club. He and his wife were part of a swingers club, and they'd get the text. It was this time this week for lunch, and they'd all take lunch breaks. And I'm like,
that's wild.
Swap fluids.
Lunch. I love that it's a lunch break. Like,
who wants salami for lunch?
Afternoon delight.
Yeah, right. It's like, what the frick, dude? All right.
It's like, oh, can you blame me? Hey, what's for lunch today? Surprise.
He's excited.
Yeah.
What do you have today for lunch? Oh, salami.
Yeah. A little tuna casserole.
Ah.
I had some tacos, if you know what I mean. Tacos.
Okay.
With some marshmallow beer.
Yeah. Okay. Ratings?
I want to hear your rating first.
Yeah, let's go with I'm gonna guess your rating.
All right. How many different marshmallows does Lucky Charms have in the cereal now? Is it
Hundreds.
Like 5 or no, I mean like
Different types?
It's
Yeah,
like
5.
5?
Yeah.
All right. I give this this is if Lucky Charms had an explosion at the marshmallow factory and they could only have one marshmallow in the Lucky Charms. I give it a 1.
Wow. I was gonna guess a 1.
Yeah.
It's that bad, really.
To me, it's just not my thing, man.
Wow.
Not my thing.
I'm willing to give it like a 7.5.
That's
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
high.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Wow.
I'll take that home with me.
Oh, just
I'll share it with
Merry
Courtney.
flippin' Easter.
Merry Easter.
Callie?
Yeah, I would say honestly a 7. Like I liked it. I didn't get the artificial. I mean, I kind of have a little bit of a headache right now, but this might be because this is beer number 3.
It's the weather.
Or the weather.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
we've not been hammering large quantities
no,
of
we've been drinking like
alcohol.
a quarter of a beer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
But
Jean Valjean you and say, you're wrong and always have been wrong. You guys big fans of Les Mis?
I saw it in high school.
I know it,
extra
but yeah.
credit.
God. Every taste is just not
It's not. You're not digging it.
at all, man. I try. I'm
You
trying.
are racist against marshmallows.
I love marshmallows.
No, it's not cereal ones, apparently.
Apparently not with beer.
Yeah. So if you were to pour a regular beer, like a light beer, into a bowl of Lucky Charms, would that basically make this beer?
No.
No?
I don't know. I haven't had Lucky Charms in like
I'd be curious to see if you're taking like a regular
15
Bud Light,
years at least.
Mick Ultra, pour it into a bowl, or maybe just a regular IPA, just kind of straight line IPA, pour it into a bowl of Lucky Charms, eat the cereal, and then take the remains like you would do the milk and pour it into a glass, chill it, see what it tastes like.
Wasn't there a movie where there was a guy woke up and he poured a bowl of cereal and then he poured a beer into the cereal and started eating it? I remember it was like an example of like this guy's just rough.
But you
Oh, was it the jerk or the no?
it's the cans. They're shooting at the cans.
I do remember seeing that at one point in some movie, but anyway, it's a sidetrack. We were going to say something.
What kind of a beer did they pour in the cereal?
I don't know. I don't remember what movie it is. I'm not going to remember what beer it is within the movie.
Right.
What were you going to say?
I forget.
Right on. All right, I was wrong. It is the beer, folks. It's the beer.
You ever have cereal and really crave cereal but don't have milk?
I used to eat cereal dry.
Yeah,
I didn't
me
like
too.
milk because milk makes it too soggy if you don't eat it fast enough. I felt like milk didn't change the flavor enough as much as it changed the speed with which I must eat the cereal. It was like a timer. It was like playing the game Hot Potato with cereal. It was like as soon as I poured the milk in it, I was like,
good point.
trying to hurry up and
then
eat it.
you didn't want the milk to get warm, but what
Right.
what I do is I put frozen blueberries in, so it keeps the milk cold.
That's a good idea. I like that. Little
Well, whenever I would
blueberry
eat-
ice cubes.
So it's like blue milk.
Yeah.
Whenever I would eat cereal and we were out of milk, I would use a water as a supplement.
Ooh.
All right. Man,
Is that weird?
We were so po.
No, my mom growing up, they would love Pepsi, right? But like they didn't have always enough money to buy Pepsi, so they would get tea, like black tea or sweet tea, and mix half Pepsi, half tea to make it, last longer, stretch
That's a good
little
idea.
bit.
I thought you were going to say they like Pepsi so much they're going to use that to eat their cereal. I was like,
Oh gosh, no.
no. Did you drink the milk after your cereal?
Oh, yeah.
Ew. No.
Right.
Really?
No, because it tasted like that.
But you have to
It
drink the
tasted
milk
all
after the
just
cereal.
sugary, false,
Goodness.
funky. No,
You're talking to somebody who used to eat directly out of the sugar bowl, dude.
You like the sugar bowl?
The sugar bowl.
Just
my
go get
parents-
a spoonful of sugar without the medicine.
Yeah. My parents would wake up at why is Jimmy up at 5:30 in the morning? I must have been 5 or 6 years old.
Dancing on his bed. Just going to town.
But I'd be sitting there eating sugar out of the sugar bowl. What are you doing? You can't do that. And apparently I can.
I did that with butter once.
You had a whole stick of
Nice.
butter?
Like I just ate like a bite of butter.
Do you guys think that butter...
That's very French of you. I know you're like French.
Does butter
stuff,
get a bad rap because American marketing gave it a bad rap?
Yes.
Butter is actually not bad for you.
No, it's not.
As is salt.
I cook with butter all the time.
Right.
That or tallow.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, Rich and I interviewed a guy.
How do you feed butter grass?
It's
Grass-fed.
Okay, sorry.
Sorry.
Rich and I interviewed a guy named Mike Tirana. Tirana? But he's a drummer, and he used to advertise in Modern Drummer magazine all the time back in the 80s and 90s for drum lessons, but he was always a metal guy and played with all these different metal bands. Now he's just in his 60s. He's got a huge following on Instagram and TikTok. He puts out all these fun videos of him. He'll dress sharply with a nice hat, or maybe he'll do the metal thing with something like that. But he'll play songs from like Bruno Mars to Sepultura to Dream Theater to Van Halen to Pink, all over the map, and just have fun with his giant drum set. And he's got endorsements and stuff like that. But anyway,
Hang tight. There's a point to this eventually.
There is. I'm just trying to give you a background on him. He lives in Sicily, and he was telling us, he's like, yeah, I get to eat whatever I want. I don't gain a pound.
Mm-hmm.
Like pricks. Something wrong with our freaking food supply.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. 100%. Look, just go over to Italy and walk around and look at folks there in the city, not even in the countryside, just in the city.
When the hell do we go wrong? GMOs.
That's
Monsanto.
a whole episode of probably not this podcast, but yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
What'd you rate this as? 8?
I gave it a 7.
7, and you said a 7.
Mm-hmm.
Both of y'all are crazy.
I don't know.
All right. So, Southern Grist, great brewery, interesting beer. If you want to try it, this is the
Marbit.
Southern Grist do not hold this against us. You got two semi-champions of this beer on this episode. One being the obvious holdout.
Not a fan. Like Southern
Apparently.
Grist, don't like Marbits. Marbits, I don't know, it sounds like a weird fantasy name for rabbits. Marbits, marshmallow rabbits.
It's Marbit season.
Look out for the Marbits. Yeah, anyway. All right.
All right.
Till next time, enjoy your Lucky Charms. Cheers.